صباح الخير، صباح الخيرات والبركات. أنا جويل برحب فيكم مثل كل نهار خميس. كل نهار خميس بكون لنا طلة إعلامية من امباسادرز كورنر. اليوم مشوارنا نحن وياكم مشاهدينا على إثيوبيا الحلوة. بيسعدني بهالمناسبة رحب بالقائم بالأعمال في القنصلية العامة لجمهورية إثيوبيا الفيدرالية الديمقراطية السيد جيتاشيو أوتا. دينا أديك. أنكو ونديناماتو.
Thank you.
It's always a great pleasure and honor welcoming you in our platform, welcoming the Consulate General of Ethiopia in Lebanon to our media platform. You are most welcome.
Thank you very much.
Before we start our meeting, our interview, excuse me, we will have a small link for Ethiopia.
Okay.
We will watch on the video.
Okay.
Ethiopia.
La.
I love the colors.
Thank you.
The nature, the bright colors. Indeed, Ethiopia that sits in the horn of Africa with highly varied landscapes, from deserts to bright nature to forest. Where is this country located, geographically speaking, and what are the neighboring countries?
Thank you very much. It's better to speak about the relative location of Ethiopia, meaning the location of Ethiopia in terms of other landmass and countries, instead of telling about the geographic location based on latitudes, longitudes, which is more technical. So Ethiopia is located, as you said, in the Horn of Africa.
Okay.
It occupies one of the most important and strategic location. So that there are factors for this strategicness of Ethiopian location. So Ethiopia occupies the central position in the countries of the Horn of Africa. It shares borders with Eritrea, Djibouti, Somalia, South Sudan, Sudan, and Kenya. So what grand happening in Ethiopia have also its impact on the neighboring countries and vice versa. So Ethiopia's central location is one of the most important strategic factors.
That's why it is a landlocked country?
Yes, it is
because it's in the center?
At the center of the Horn of Africa.
Yes.
Of course, it's landlocked because of the mistake made by a group some 3 decades ago that the current government is trying to rectify some diplomatic and international law-based process. So we are on the process to regain and reclaim our access to the sea in a legal manner. So Ethiopia is not only a central place in the Horn, it also located in close proximity to the global shipping lanes. So Ethiopia is one of the closest country to the Red Sea, the Gulf of Eden, and the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, which are the busiest shipping lanes of maritime trade. So this is also one of the factors that makes Ethiopian location strategic. The other is Ethiopia is the gate of international relations. It hosts the African Union, United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, multiple regional and country offices of international organizations, and the diplomatic centers, which made it center of diplomacy and the politics.
So it's an important hub, we can say so.
It's the most important. It is the third largest diplomatic center in the world next to New York and Geneva. It hosts more than 130 embassies.
Quite interesting.
Yeah.
Amazing. What about the capital? What can you tell us?
Yeah, Addis Ababa is a bustling city. It is a diplomatic and a political capital of Africa and of the world, the third world diplomatic capital, as I mentioned to you, because it hosts the AU, one African Union, United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, more than 130 embassies, and the regional and the country offices of other international organizations, where diplomacy and the political and the setting of agendas and decisions are being carried out. So Addis Ababa is the most important city. It's also the logistic hub of Africa. Ethiopian Airlines is one of the best airlines in the world, where it's
the logistic center of Africa. المركز اللوجستي لأفريقيا. In a very short and concise way, I'm not going to make all the translation, but what I can say, إثيوبيا هي تقع في القرن الأفريقي. أكيد هي دولة غير ساحلية ذات تضاريس متغيرة. العاصمة هي أديس أبابا، هي العاصمة والمركز اللوجستي والدبلوماسي. وأيضا إثيوبيا تحظى بموقع استراتيجي مهم جدا. Talking about your country, the relations between Lebanon and Ethiopia, of course, stretching back to history. What can you tell us about this relation? And you, as the Consulate General of Ethiopia here in Lebanon, how are you maintaining the ties of the diaspora and taking care? And this is what I have been saying myself. You take care a lot of your community, Ethiopian community in Lebanon, that really are in a significant number. Can you tell us, please?
Thank you very much. Ethiopia is one of the ancient countries, the engagement in the world affairs. So Ethiopia has a long relation with the countries of the world. So if we take the ancient one during the Aksumite civilization, one of the most important economic activity was foreign trade. So Ethiopia and the Aksumite civilization had a foreign trade relation with the Arabian world. So the Arabian world includes the Lebanon. So later, there was a relationship between Lebanon and Ethiopia in terms of religion, particularly the Christianity, that Lebanese Christian leaders also traveled to Ethiopia to expand the Christianity, and the relation was also cemented at that time. If we take the recent one and the modern relations, so the Ethiopia, in general, Ethiopia gives a strong emphasis to its relations with the Middle East countries because of geography, history, people, culture, religion, and other factors. As a result, His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, first of Ethiopia, made an official visit to Lebanon in 1960s. A state-level visit, 1960s.
1960s, yes.
So this shows the emphasis Ethiopia gave to its relations with Lebanon. So through time, the diplomatic settings of the two countries in Cairo, the Lebanese embassy in Cairo covers affairs of Ethiopia, and the Ethiopian embassy in Cairo also covers and manages and facilitates the relations of Ethiopia and Lebanon.
So we can say it's a pragmatic relation that is shaped by the two people.
Step by step. It's how it's grown through time. And then, because of its emphasis that Ethiopia gives to its relations with Lebanon, Ethiopia established its consulate general office in Beirut. So that is also how the relation has been growing through time. Then our relations has been managed and facilitated through our consulate, besides the direct contacts between higher officials. So we have a large number of Ethiopian diaspora here. So one of the most important elements of our diplomatic relation is a human factor. Our labor supply and the Lebanese side is labor management.
Yes.
So human factor is one of the basic tenet of our relations.
العامل البشري، نعم.
So
do you speak Arabic?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so In order to further cement the relations between the two countries, Ethiopia and Lebanon also negotiated for the legal and the fair and smooth relation and supply and the management of labor force. They agreed, discussed, and signed a bilateral labor agreement in 2023. So they are going to implement on the Ethiopian side. Everything is finished. The Ethiopian Parliament ratified this agreement, and the element of ratification has already been given to the Lebanese side.
Yes.
So we are waiting from the Lebanese side that because the priorities of some internal issues, the implementation is pending, and it will be implemented soon, I expect. So this is the way how we are increasing and deepening our relations between the two countries.
And I have a question. In times of crisis, as we know that you have a very big community here in Lebanon, how do you, as a consulated general, you were running smoothly the daily operations in order to repatriate them maybe to their homeland in times of crisis, turmoils, and especially nowadays that away from the crisis that we have been facing recently or stretching back to a certain time. How are you outreaching to this community in order to maintain the cultural ties, for sure, through events, festivities, and so on? Can you tell us more about the first part of my question, repatriation and maintaining cultural ties, kindly?
Yeah, the foreign policy of the current government is anchored on the citizens' diplomacy. Citizen-centered diplomacy gives priority to its citizens both internally and in the outside world. So because of this, we give high emphasis to the safety and the security of our citizens. So in collaboration and partnership with the Lebanese authorities, we have been managing and caring about our citizens. So during the crisis, we collaborated with the Lebanese government because the Lebanese government also provided a very important support for the safety of our citizens, waiving the illegal stay dues and others, facilitating the exit visas and others. So we evacuated more than 2,000 Ethiopians from Lebanon during the recent conflict with the Lebanese.
ترحيل الإثيوبيين بمساعدة كبيرة من الحكومة اللبنانية والسلطات اللبنانية لإثيوبيا بأوقات الأزمات. More than 2,000.
Yes.
أكثر من 2,000 إثيوبي عادوا لبلدهم، وكانت الحكومة والسلطات اللبنانية عم تعطي الدعم الكبير والمساعدة الكبيرة للقنصلية العامة في بيروت. نعم.
Yeah.
Yes.
The support is also not only in the repatriation and evacuation, but also those working here in Lebanon facing some difficulties. We are managing with the collaboration or cooperation with the Lebanese authorities, the Ministry of Labor, General Security, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So Lebanese authorities are helping us addressing the problems that we face sometimes. So this is an important part of our relations. So it's
and
very
cultural
good.
ties.
Yeah.
How are you outreaching the cultural ties between the two for the Ethiopian community here in Lebanon through festivities and other programs and functions? Kindly tell us.
Yes, cultural ties is very important. People-to-people relations is one of the aspects of relations. So there are visits, there are marriages and of Ethiopian ladies to Lebanese citizens. Their families travel to Ethiopia and Ethiopians also travel to Lebanon. We also organize cultural events and festivals, national festivals.
One of the best, huh?
Yeah.
I have been many times.
Yes,
it's one of the best.
Yeah. So this is the way we are accustomed to integrate the communities of the two countries.
All right, let me do a very short, in one sentence, very short translation. العلاقات الثنائية بين إثيوبيا ولبنان بتعتمد على كثير من الروابط بين الشعبين وتعود إلى الماضي. بلبنان في عنا جالية إثيوبية كتير كبيرة بتشتغل وبتعيش بلبنان، وأكيد بأوقات الأزمات تم ترحيل تقريبا أكثر من 2,000 إثيوبي لبلدهم. وبفضل السلطات اللبنانية اللي تعاونت بشكل كبير جدا. وأيضا نحن منقوم على أو مننظم فعاليات ثقافية من شأنها الحفاظ على الروابط مع الشتات هون الإثيوبي في لبنان. Before we step into economy and development, and you should tell us again about the renaissance of the GERD. We will be watching a short video and we'll get back to the platform. Ethiopia has been one of the Africa's high growth economies, and it presents opportunities for Lebanese investors to invest there. Can you tell us more?
Yeah, the government gives priority for the country's development and its prosperity. So for this reason, the government devised an initiative known as Homegrown Economic Reform Agenda that gives priority to the import substitution and export promotion, making the private sector the engine of development. So for this, for private investors to come and prefer Ethiopia as a preferred destination for investment, the government is engaged in multiple activities. One is making the environment friendly to the investment. So one of the actions are regulatory and legal issues, streamlining the custom services, and bottlenecks region, sectoral and bureaucratic bottlenecks are already been addressed.
What's about light industry, IT?
Yes, so because when investors think about investment, they raise two issues. One is the legal ground, the investment environment, which includes, as I mentioned, the regulatory and legal affairs that is made already the environment investment friendly. Second issue investors look is whether there is power, whether there is labor, whether there is infrastructure and facilities. So I told you that the legal issues are
تعزيز بيئة مؤاتية للاستثمار. نعم.
So we have large number of labor force. Ethiopia is the second most populous country in Africa with young generation, and we have large number of labor force with the most competitive prices. We have huge energy supply, as we mentioned. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam was inaugurated September 9 with an installed capacity of 5,150 megawatts. This is a huge energy. So it is also, Ethiopia produces the clean energy.
It's a cornerstone.
The cornerstone of development.
Yes.
So this is gives priority for investment. So it gives a good environment for investors to look into. The other is market. So as I mentioned, Ethiopia is the second most populous country in Africa with a larger population, with the bulging middle class. That the consumption capacity of the people is increasing. So domestic market is very big, and the external market, Ethiopia is also in crossroads between Europe, Middle East and Asia, and Africa. Its location is a good place for the external markets. So market is also not a problem. We have infrastructure like 13 industrial parks ready for investors to come and and install their machineries and just produce and export, and they must supply.
So, can you tell us more in the 2 minutes left for us for this interview about the GERD, la grande renaissance of the dam, how it is generating and raising electricity and enhancing this
So as we mentioned,
electrification, if you want, in the country.
Okay, so investment for agriculture, industry, tourism, service sectors are open. For this, power is very important. We have a river known as Abba in Ethiopia, which is internationally is known as Blue Nile, which is the largest tributary of the Nile River. So this Blue Nile basin accounts 70% of Ethiopia's surface water. So we must develop this river and harness it for our development. So Ethiopian government internally financed from the people and sovereign government, and finally inaugurated and commissioned this Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam with the installed capacity of more than 5,000 megawatts. It is an engine of our development, not for Ethiopia also. It also gives energy interconnection with the regions that helps for the regional integration and the integration agenda of our African continent.
Mr. GETACHEW, regrettably we don't have time. We're running out of, we still have only 1 minute for you. What is your message to the Lebanese audience watching us today? Any invitation, any call for investors and business people to go invest in Ethiopia? Tell us more.
Thank you very much. I call the Lebanese businessmen to look into Ethiopia, which is a bubbling and fast-growing economy with abundant resources for investment in agriculture, because Ethiopia is different. Ethiopia has different climatic zones with multiple areas for cultivation, food and industrial crops, manufacturing in various sectors, mining and ICT and digital sectors, and tourism. So we welcome the Lebanese businessmen. We also welcome the Lebanese tourists because Ethiopia combines historical, archaeological, natural and physical investments. Ethiopia tops meaning tourist sites. Ethiopia tops the African continent in the number of UNESCO registered heritage sites.
With rich diversity.
So it has unparalleled diversity, which makes the country one of the best tourist destinations. So we call upon the Lebanese people to visit Ethiopia.
And the best Ethiopian who are here in Lebanese, regards to them, really.
Yeah.
Thank you for being my guest, Mr. GETACHEW, until we meet again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. فاصل صغير ونرجع لكم مشاهدينا.